Hello everyone, it's Tisa here, and I am here with a fun kind of like challenge. I'm here as part of a hop with Heather's Crafty Life Patreon group, and we are doing kind of like a fun, how I'll try to explain it. So Heather used, I believe, a layout for inspiration or a sketch, I can't remember, and she created a layout. Then she gave a picture to her layout to someone else who created a layout based on her layout, like scrap lift her. And now I'm scrap lifting that person, and it's going to kind of go down the line that way. So we'll be able to see how the first layout compares to the last layout and everything in between. So it is a fun little project, and this is the layout that I received. And there will be links down below for the process videos for all of these layouts. And I really love this page. It's so cute. And it worked out perfectly because I do have a multi-photo layout, or multiple photos that I wanted to scrapbook for a page. I am using my How to Kill a Kit with Style. I will leave that link below that shows the actual kit and what I have added to this kit. But it's basically just random things from my stash that I kind of want to try to get used up. I'm scrapbooking these photos of my son, and here is the fish that he caught in the ocean. Here is the fish after he filleted it, and here is his meal that he made for dinner. So I'm kind of going to do a little sequencing, you know, of that and tell that story. So as you see, so I'm going to use that same design there, and you can see here where it looks like she tucked this paper underneath, like made a slit in her diagonal and tucked that cardstock under, and I loved the look of that. So I made a slit here. I did not do a slit on the bottom because I think it's going to be covered up, but I'm going to use this paper here, which is from Elle Studio. This is also a really old paper from Elle Studio. And how did I want to do that? Was it like this? Was it like this? I believe it was this way. Yeah, I wanted to do it kind of long ways. So this is what I'm going to use in replace of her cardstock that she has there. I'll try to leave that there so you all can follow along a little bit. I'm going to see if I can do this live and not have it be super long. If it gets too long, then you'll know because you'll be hearing this as a voiceover. Okay, so the live was gonna get too long, so I'm gonna voice over the rest of this. As you can see, I backed the photos with some blue cards or blue pattern paper for my stash. And I'm gonna go ahead and line up all of these photos across the center. I also backed the finished photo with the, the final result with a little bit of this yellow pattern paper as well. And I like how that looks. I will pop up that one as well on with some craft foam. And I think I might have, yeah, I popped up the one with my son holding the fish with the craft foam as well. So instead of doing banners all across the bottom as the person before me did, I'm going to do a few banners, but then I'm going to be using labels. And I'll be getting to that point here in just a moment. And I really love how this collection how the layout turned out. I love that I used just random bits. And that's one of my favorite things about the How to Kill a Kit with Style is, for me, I just put random things together. I typically I put either several collections to mix and match or something of that nature. So I'm going to use some branding strips here, and I'm going to be running them across the top and the bottom of the photo instead of backing that whole photo strip on like one piece of paper, I decided to use up some branding strips, and I really love how that turned out. You see there's a little awkward space there above that small picture, and I will stick a little strip in there so that it looks like there's also a strip going across there. And I'm just going to cut a little strip of this with the blue and white. I pretty much kept with blues, greens, and yellows in this, and then my neutral is the gray in this whole layout, and that's kind of how I pulled all of my embellishments. So I've got stuff from Elle Studio in here, I've got some Jen Hadfield, I've got some Heidi Swap, and then just some like random bits that I don't even know where they're from. Let's see, do I have my strips underneath down yet? Not sure what I'm doing at the moment. I think I'm trying to figure out what, again, I've got to stick another strip underneath above that heart strip, but underneath the photos. And I knew I wanted to bring in some yellow, but I did not have any of the yellow paper left that I had backed that photo in because it was just a really small strip. So I just went into my kit and found another yellow paper that I thought would work well, and this is it here. I can't see where it's from looking on the video right now, but that's what I'm going to use. I think I auditioned both of these, but in the end, I liked bringing a little bit more of that yellow in. So I hope that you are all enjoying watching all of the videos. All of the links for Heather's Patreon videos are below. I will also leave a link to her Patreon. If you're not familiar with what Patreon is, it is a monthly subscription, and there are different tiers based on how much what do I want to say, information or stuff you want to gain from the channel. And Heather is awesome. Her patrons are all awesome and so inspiring. And I joined the $10 tier, which is $10 a month. She does scrap parties once a month. She does tons of process videos. And then she does like just like discussion groups on Facebook. It's really great. And the ladies who are all like part of the group are really sweet as well. So all of that information will be below. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you, and I hope that you will subscribe, and definitely check out all the links below. So right now I have that wave piece, and I want to use that. I forgot to put it underneath, like I kind of forgot about it, but in the end, I really wanted to use it. I felt like it was going to really tie in the whole ocean to table feel. And this was a cut file that I had done some mixed media on, I think. And it was left over from something, or maybe I used it as a stencil or something. I cannot remember. But in the end, I'm going to get to use it. So I'm super excited. And I'm going to layer it kind of across the bottom there, across that green paper. And I'm just going to glue down the bottom part. And then just kind of let the waves just kind of float up at the top. So there was one of the ephemera in the Jen Hadfield was From Our Kitchen to Yours. It was a little like cutting board, and also those chipboard bowls. And the bowls had the right colors in there. I just ignored the pink that was in there, and I think that those work out perfectly, and they're so cute, those like vintage Pyrex bowls. So I love that. That's going to be my main embellishment cluster up at the top, and then I'm going to create a smaller embellishment cluster on the bottom left. What am I doing here? I should be getting ready to put all of my labels and everything under. Oh, is this, maybe I'm still putting the wave down. So yeah, this came together super quickly. Oh my goodness, I love the layout prior to mine. It was just so easy to work off of. She did a fantastic job. And I love how this turned out. That awesome little banner is from a Heidi Swap little kind of kit thing from Tuesday morning that I got. And it had that kind of yellow look to it. So I thought that would work at the bottom as the base for my cluster down there. I also, that Jen Hadfield collection, and I cannot remember which one it was, but it had a bunch of recipe cards in it. And I cut out of one of the recipe cards this wooden spoon that says recipe. And so that bottom cluster is going to end up saying awesome favorite recipe. So these photo corners are also from that Heidi Swap kit. I was going to add the blue ones to the outer corners, and I wish I could have, but they kind of stuck out from the paper a little bit, and I was a little concerned that my layout would not fit properly in the page protector. So I decided just to use the two yellow ones on opposite corners of that green paper. But I like how that carries the yellow throughout the layout as well. Like I said, I would have loved to have done all four corners in the blue ones, but in the end it just didn't work. So I'm just using several different thickers from my stash, and I apologize, I don't know where they're from, but my title is going to say From Ocean to Table. And I'm just going to make sure it fits right there in that little green section above my photos. I love this wood grain. It's a puffy thicker, and I don't know off the top of my head where it's from, but I know I purchased it at my little scrapbook store, but I just love that wood grain, and I thought using the wood grain would be perfect because I've got some wood grain in the cutting board, and then I also have the wood grain in the spoon. So loved how that worked out. So I'm trying to move different things around to get it to work the way I want to, and because I did not want to go off of there, you're going to see me play with this a little bit, and this is just pretty much how my layouts go in, just trying different things and seeing what, works best in the end. I am constantly moving around letters, and for the life of me, I can rarely get my title straight. But I just don't think, it doesn't bother me because I feel like anyone looking at my layouts like later on, I just don't think they're going to be like, ooh, that title is crooked, I think they're going to be more focused on the photos anyway. So I finally figured out how I'm going to get all of it to fit, and I will finish that up here. And then I will move down to the bottom of the layout, and I will be putting in all of the label banners. And you'll notice I put in these banners after I filmed. I decided I would stamp in all of the banners, and I didn't do it while I was filming only because I didn't have any of my stamps nearby, and it was going to take me a while to get all that together, and I just didn't have the time. But you can see all of that in the close-ups at the end of this video. So hope you're enjoying it. And yeah, so let me know what kind of layouts you like to work on, or how you like to start your layouts. Like, do you like to use a sketch? Do you like to use someone else's inspiration? Do you start just by just matching papers to your photo or your theme? I'm always interested to know what people's thought processes are and work process, for doing layouts. I love using sketches. I kind of do it all, I'll be honest. I will sometimes use a sketch, or I'll scrap lift, or I just look at my photo and try to, you know, just see what feels right, you know, whether it's matching the papers or something like that. So, all right, here we go with putting in all of the banners. Finally, in the end, I stamp. So I only have a few of those triangle banners, but because the colors matched so well, I did want to include them. So I decided I would put one on the left, one on the right, and one on the middle, and then I would scatter the rest of the labels and then one other banner that I found through the middle. And I ended up stamping on one of them. I did stamping, then with like the ghost stamping with enjoying, then I did eating, I did a heart, and then I put that's my boy and epic adventures. Now I love adding the little bits and pieces. So I added that lemon, which is from a little puffy sticker sheet, and I have no idea which one it's from. I'm going to add some puffy hearts throughout, and I'm going to add the most adorable little puffy fish. And I'm going to put those in all of both of the clusters, and then above the fish, you'll see I add tiny little Nuvo drop bubbles, and I love those fish so much. I feel like they helped tell the story so much. And I know you don't see them yet, but you will here shortly once I get done gluing all of these little tags down. So I thought about backing the whole thing, the whole layout on blue, but like a blue cardstock, but in the end I felt like there was enough going on and I didn't really need to do that, and I'm fine with it. And I think it's also because I went from side to side with my photos and everything, that kind of grounds that whole 12 by 12 page. I don't have anything feeling like it's floating off the edge, so I didn't feel the need for anything to border the whole layout. Okay, I think now is where I'm doing like the puffy stickers and stuff. So as soon as I get this, and this is one of my favorite parts. Yep, there's a little fish. Oh, he's so cute. So I put two at the bottom left, one by the title, and one at the upper right. And then some black and white hearts. And that was just to kind of replicate that black and white strip across the bottom. I did add the favorite puffy sticker from Elle's Studio, and I really love how it turned out. Here's your close-up videos. I hope you enjoyed the process, and definitely make sure you check out everyone else. Bye!